they're feeling disrespected. They want to see a contract offer that shows them the dignity that they deserve and the respect that they deserve.
It's a sentiment shared by 99% of union workers at the JBS meatpacking plant in Greeley, voting to authorize an unfair labor practices strike. Thanks for joining us. For Denver 7 News at 5, I'm Micah Smith.
And I'm Jessica Porter. Wage theft, endangering the lives of workers, illegal bargaining practices. Now, these are just some of the allegations from more than 3,000 workers. Denver 7's Dan Grossman has been following this closely today.
And Dan, you spoke with the union today. What are they telling you?
They're telling me that they are expecting nearly all of the production and operations workers at this plant, nearly 3,800, to go on strike and just go on the picket line. I asked about how this might impact the plant. They said it could be crippling. Allegations of wage theft, dangerous conditions, and retribution at the JBS meatpacking plant in Greeley. UFCW Local 7, the union representing 3,800 workers at the plant, saying they're fed up after 99% voted to strike in an all-day vote Wednesday.
They want the company to stop these unfair labor practices. They want the company to negotiate fairly and come to the table, negotiate, and reach a good deal.
Matt Schechter is the union's litigator and tells me JBS has forced workers to pay for legally required personal protective equipment, increased dangerous line speeds while cutting back on workers' hours, and intimidated and retaliated against workers who have exercised their rights.
It does put workers in harm's way. These workers are working with knives, saws. One wrong step for many of these workers and they will die. And so for the workers, it's just very, very important that they be given the time they need to do their job properly.
Schechter says the union has not decided when the strike will start, saying it first needs to cancel its current contract with the company. In negotiations, he claims JBS has offered workers a 90-cent wage increase over the next 2 years, saying it's not enough to cover inflation on basic items over that same time. Despite the criticisms, though, Schechter says this decision by the workers, most of whom are immigrants, is a decision of triumph and pride.
Quite candidly, I spoke to one worker yesterday who said that really this was one of the most inspiring things and moving things that they'd ever seen. All of these workers coming together, and this plant turned out. This wasn't 5 or 10% of the workforce that showed up to vote. An overwhelming majority of workers showed up.
I reached out to JBS about these allegations and sent me this statement saying its current agreement with the union offers meaningful wage increases and benefits, adding it respects the collective bargaining process and is hopeful the union moves forward with its current agreement. But guys, I was looking at some employment numbers. JBS by far the largest employer in Greeley, so the broader impacts of this will be interesting if the strike does happen to see what will happen with the local economy.
Absolutely, and will it impact prices eventually for consumers?
Yeah, it could certainly bring Greeley to a standstill. Dan, thank you for that report. And this is not the first time JBS has made headlines. The Greeley meatpacking facility is one of the largest in the nation and has been at the center of labor and safety controversies for years. A major COVID-19 outbreak resulted in several deaths and hundreds of infections connected to the plant in 2020. This drew OSHA action and an agreement to improve disease plans. In 2024, union workers accused JBS of substandard and dangerous working conditions. And just last year, the U.S. Department of Labor found JBS relied on immigrant children as young as 13, hired through an outside sanitation company to work overnight cleaning shifts in slaughterhouses, including here in Colorado.
Right now at the state capitol, Democratic lawmakers are working on a bill advocates say further protects workers. Those in support of the legislation believe it will make it easier for workers to unionize, but those against it say the proposal is trying to fix something that isn't broken. The bill aims to eliminate the state's unique requirement for a second election to unionize. We spoke with lawmakers on both sides of the divide today.
It's clear that politicians across the country are hearing from their consultants that they need to be talking about affordability, affordability, affordability. Well, this bill is actually about increasing wages. Affordability is two sides of a coin.
We have something that's served us very well for decades. It's not a barrier to actually organizing. Again, the barrier is that what is seen as a barrier is really just a relatively high bar that has to be passed before a small group of people could potentially compel others to spend their money in a way they don't want.
There's about 80 people signed up to testify at that committee hearing, which is happening right now. Find out what happens on Denver 7 at 6.